defense of Kentucky.
It's big time. It's big time. This perimeter defense in particular for Kentucky, this is 2 games in a row now where they have really gotten after the opposing perimeter.
Brady's season high is 19.
I think R.J. Davis is still having nightmares of Wheeler on him.
Look out, Kellen Grady's just gone above his season high. A floater, he's got 20, and he'll go to the free throw line. And have a night, Kellen Grady.
Grady's been good, but he's been terrific in the last 2 games. And sometimes transfers, I mean, look, this is his 11th game in a Kentucky uniform.
Yeah.
And transfers have a different timetable. I mean, just in terms of when that light goes on. But this is a guy who was the best player 3 years running at his time at Davidson.
Missed the free throw, missed the 3. Davion Mintz picks up the rebound. Ty Washington, that's the high floater over the 7'5" defender. It goes out of bounds and will stay for the Cats. And one of the things Calipari told us, it was interesting, because Davion Mintz has not really shot well at all. He was 1 of 7 against Carolina. His last 3, he's 5 of 23. But he asked his players about his performance against Louisville when he went 1 of 7, and they all said he played really well. He did the little things like that. Ooh, the dish to Toppin for the flush. And the crowd in Rupp is going nuts. It's 49-33, a 12-0 run. Good defense, Mintz again, the little things. And the run out, that ball's deflected out of bounds. That's how you impact the game, Chris, without having to put the ball through the basket.
There is no question about it. Kellen Grady, he is on a heater. 6 of 8 from the field. He is wet from 3. 20 points. That perimeter shooting opens that paint up wide. What a game for Kellen Grady.
Wait, what? What?
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
This is going to be the greatest show I've ever made.
Mina, come meet your partner.
I think you guys are going to have great chemistry.
Burning up with love. Ah! What are you doing with your face?
I was falling in love.
Your face looks broken.
Scene 2, rated PG.
The road home for the holidays, where the ultimate driving machine becomes the ultimate cruise through 3 states machine. The ultimate zip around the corner for mom's cooking machine. And even the ultimate we couldn't get out of there any faster machine. Because at BMW, we know every holiday looks different. So we created the ultimate whatever your road home looks like machine. Receive a credit of up to $2,500 through January 3rd.
So hot.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Tomorrow. Sweaty sleepers aren't too crazy about me. Casper. It's a Casper snow mattress. A new cooling collection from Casper.
Fresh flavors, classic dishes, and a new seat at the table.
Don't be shy now. I like that prime cut. I love my gold jacket, but that Aflac blue feels so right.
When you feel right, you coach right.
I know that's right. Prime never believed in double coverage, but health insurance and Aflac is money.
Must be money.
And I know how Coach Brown feels about money.
Now that is what this jacket needs.
Must be money.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac
is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Local restaurants have been hit hard by fees from delivery apps.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. All of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
So Domino's franchisees went to local restaurants and bought $100,000 of their gift cards to give out to our customers. That way they could support a mom and pop by ordering directly from them.
And no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
So if you're not getting Domino's, skip the delivery apps and order directly from a local restaurant.
Alabama, Cincinnati, 3:30 Eastern Time. Michigan, Georgia, nighttime. So you're following Army football later tonight. You got a little thought on those two championship games there, Chris?
Man. Well, first of all, back to the Army game. How could I move ahead, Ravi?
I'm on Alabama. Alabama, we talked to other coaches about Kentucky in the SEC, and we can do a little deeper dive into this conference with Jabari Smith, et cetera, and Alabama, the way they played. But boy, Nick Saban just continues to get the best players every year, and they certainly peak at the right time. Their performance against Georgia was terrific. And now it's Cincinnati who's going to try to knock them off. Brady, look out, ball fake, three. Bury another one. Kellen Brady, 23. His career high at Davidson was 39. And what an aspect to add to a team that's got Sheboy in the middle and Wheeler at the point. Very different looking Kentucky team the last two games. There's a driving layup in from Josh Anderson. A 17-point cushion for Kentucky. Again, this game was supposed to be against Louisville. Louisville had enough players in COVID protocols they couldn't get a team. And Western Kentucky steps in. Mintz with two. Off the iron. Sheboy there to pick up an offensive rebound and had it ripped away.
This hasn't been there.
Good hands. Incredible that Toppin was able to make that catch. And then the foul on Sharp.
You said it, Ravi. Like, this opens up an entirely new dimension. And it's a dimension that Kentucky assumed they had added. They had gone out to get more perimeter shooting. You get the new, obviously C.J. Frederick, not a part of this team. So where does that shooting come from? Well, Kellen Grady in the last few games has made a point.
Davion Mintz will come out of the game for a second. Grady was heading to the bench, and you could hear the crowd sort of like, no, let's leave him on the floor. He's doing really well. Let's keep him in. Sheboy, if he makes the free throw, which he does, now has a double-double, 10 points and 15 rebounds. Pencil him in for 15 boards a night. See the impact Sharp's had on the offensive end, but defensively and rebounding-wise, Sheboy has been not impacted at all. And that time he boxed out Sharp, and that led to a rebound and a run out for Wheeler. Good find, and another flush from Toppin. I can hear
so good in transition.
I can see the wheels in your head spinning. Like the reason that was open was because Sheboy ran the floor again. Wheeler right down the middle, lays it up and lays it in. And Sharp is down on the floor on the other end in some pain. Earlier he took an elbow, and now he's in some other pain, and they're going to address that left ankle. Let's take a look at Sharp. He's there being boxed out by Shibwe, and that left ankle comes down on the foot of Shibwe, and he rolled it.
Sure did.
Yeah, those are big pegs there you're walking off. It's a size 17, 18 shoe. But the last guy that Western Kentucky and their fan base want to see limping around is Marion Sharp.
That was one of the questions I had coming into tonight. You know, look, it's one thing to put up some of the numbers he's put up. You know, Ole Miss, not a whole lot up front there. You know, they haven't really played a team. They haven't played a team that has an Oscar Shibwe. So how would Jamarian Sharp's game translate against a guy like that? And he's made his impact tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he leaves and goes to the locker room. He's got those 6 rebounds, but his blocks, of course, have been the story for Jamarian Sharp. That falls. That's a 20-point cushion. It's going to be an awful lot harder without Sharp. Cameron Justice up to 6. Washington one-on-one. Good help defense there. Wheeler, pretty. It just opened up for him, and it's Ty Washington laying him in.
Yeah, the defense got all confused after the tie-up. McKnight and Justice went back to Wheeler, left Washington wide open.
Points starting to pile up from Justice as he lays one in off the window. Wheeler went all the way to his knees, and Ty Washington. That's the way it has gone for Kentucky the last 2 games.
Put so much pressure on you in transition, makes and misses. They've been so good tonight.
Now the turnover, and look at Toppin get ahead of the field, but the ball stolen, and Justice lays it in with his left. Well, as you watch this team now, as we go under 12, think about it. We'll take the timeout when the whistle blows, but is Kentucky now back into that same conversation with the Auburns and the Alabamas and the LSUs and Tennessees? What is the ceiling for this current Wildcat group? They're up by 20 with 11:35 to go. And it's not just the Grady show. Jacob Toppin has got a couple that have rattled the rim. We'll take a timeout. 62-42 at Rupp.
Local restaurants have been hit hard by fees from delivery apps.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. All of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
So Domino's franchisees went to local restaurants and bought $100,000 of their gift cards to give out to our customers. That way they could support a mom and pop by ordering directly from them.
And no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
So if you're not getting Domino's, skip the delivery apps and order directly from a local restaurant.
Who are the 355?
You have 10 seconds to put your gun down. Please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have a common enemy. American, British, German, Colombian, Chinese.
I bombed Big
What are you doing?
Taking the elevator. The elevator is the other way.
We put ourselves in danger, so others are not.
We're the 355.
Rated PG-13.
'Twas the holiday season and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge, with his perma-frown. The gift of a Peloton bike did touch his soul. Riding fast, flowing proud, getting hella swole.
You can do it. I'm doing it.
Was Scrooge a new man? Oh, without doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
I'm coming home, baby. I'm coming home now, right away. I'm coming home, baby. I'm sorry now I ever went away.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
I'm coming home now real soon.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Take a look at the season storylines for the Kentucky Wildcats. They started the whole thing. Madison Square Garden lost to Duke 79-71. And then they started to find a rhythm. The competition, of course, became a little lighter. They went on a 7-game win streak, and then we get into the second week in December. It was snapped by Notre Dame. They lost 66-62, and there was some question, like, which Kentucky team are we going to see after they destroyed Carolina? Perhaps some, as Coach Calipari said, we need to verify that win. We need to validate it, and we're starting to see some validation, especially given the components between Shibwe and Wheeler and the athleticism of this guy. And, of course, the shooting of Grady and Mintz when they need it. We talk about the SEC and LSU and Auburn and Arkansas and certainly Alabama. For a while, it felt like Kentucky had taken a back seat, but, boy, a couple of back-to-back performances like this, it's almost like they're tapping you on the shoulder and letting you know we're still here. We haven't gone anywhere.
I mean, the common thread in their last two games has been their ability to defend. They have started both of those games against Carolina and this one with a defensive mindset. And the two games they've lost this year, they did not guard, particularly in the second halves of those games. And I think with how well, at Tennessee, Tennessee's an elite defensive team. LSU can really guard. Alabama's got to get their act together. I think with the way that teams, to one degree or another, are going to be able to score at times, I think defense becomes a separator. And this Kentucky team, with how good they can be on the glass, they got to be able to guard, and then that gets them out in the open floor in transition.
Down low to Shibwe, and they'll work on the youngster Miles, the sophomore, again, was redshirted until tonight. And they brought him in the first half, and now with Sharp out, they're going to have to use him, so he's going to play. And he may get abused by somebody like Shibwe, the veteran. Wheeler, great look, top and block, follow Shibwe. A terrific balance tonight from Kentucky, who came in 8-2 on the season. Last time they had played Western Kentucky, you got to go back to the 2012 tournament. They went on to the national championship game. Top and alley-oop, tough pass. And it was contested that time by Josh Anderson, who was back there.
Oscar Shibwe has been one of the most consistently dominant players from day one of this season in the country. What a difference maker he is. And it starts with his motor. Like, when you're that size, you're going to make plays just because you're big. But when you play hard, you start making plays out of your areas. He's playing like he has something to prove this year. He's on his second chance. He doesn't have a Derek Culver next to him anymore, where he's sharing some of that space and spotlight. He's the guy, which is what he wanted.
He's got 21 rebounds. Are they using him differently than they did at West Virginia, or is it just the fact that it's not nearly as crowded as he picks up his 22nd rebound?
Well, the one thing I would tell you, Randy, and I did a lot of West Virginia games the last 2 years.
Yeah,
I give their staff and Oscar a lot of credit. He is a different offensive player. I mean, take the rebounding out of the equation. He's hitting face-up shots, 15 feet, a little bit beyond that. He's posting up. He's much stronger with that right hand, but I've seen him shoot it with the left. Like, his offensive game has taken a real jump even from last season. And that's, I think, where that growth continues. But he started from the position of, I'm going to dominate on the glass.
Tied up, jump ball, and possession arrow goes to Kentucky. Yeah, there was some controversy, if you will. He and Bob Huggins and some of the things that were said after he left. He claims coming here, regardless of any criticism that he may have had levied against him in the past, he works hard. He says he's never not worked hard. He may be working harder than he's ever worked on the steal and easy lay-in. But he said, I work for my family. For the first time, he went back home over the summer in 6 years. So there's a lot of that commitment to not only the craft of basketball, but to what he feels his responsibility is to his family. And certainly the program here that he transferred to. Easy layup for Washington. Buries the three. It's always interesting, Kentucky for so long, and you know this, having coached at Duke and played during some of their heyday, they would always get the guys that were the best players. It wasn't often that they lived, kind of in a transfer portal. We all live there now, but boy, they have relied on it. Look at the guys that are making the biggest difference tonight, in Grady and Shibwe, and Mintz, who just fired a three. Keon Brooks, and I'll take into the paint, made a shot tougher for himself. Shibwe's going to have 30 rebounds if this continues. Up and in, it's not Shibwe, but it's Brooks. Do you hear 30? He's got 24. Do you hear 30, or do they take him out before
I hear
that?
It. I hear 30.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Vivid Seats. Your ticket to ninth inning nail biters, third period penalty kills, fourth quarter buzzer beaters, and 57-yard game winners. Buy tickets, earn rewards with Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
And Doug.
Superpowers from a spider bite. I could use some help showing the world how Liberty Mutual customizes their car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Did it work?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 17th.
5 breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep. 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat. And the pizza plus another pizza.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Let's do it for the fans and the stands going crazy. I've been ballin'.
It's NBA Christmas time.
Steffi looking like the MVP and Clay ain't even back.
Durant way downtown. Bang!
Giannis trying to get another chip. He want them back to back. AD and LeBron, they want revenge. They trying to win again.
He's unstoppable.
The only one wish that I got for Christmas that to win the title. The only one wish that I got for Christmas that to win the title.
Complete nutrition made simple. Very simple. It's for those of us looking for one thing, with all the best things. 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. 1 scoop, 1 glass. Comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition. made for just about everybody. AG1 by Athletic Greens. Welcome to Essentialist Nutrition.
Are you suffering from bloat and bulge? ProBioSlim from Force Factor can help. Probiotics improve digestion while EGCG burns fat. Thousands of men and women trust ProBioSlim to help them lose weight. Rush to Walmart for ProBioSlim, the #1 probiotic fat burner in America.
I started taking Nutrafol.
It was full of natural ingredients.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
Now you can see my hairline. It's actually helping my hair grow thicker and stronger.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Of course, Saturday, December 11th, 2021. The tornado that ripped through Kentucky and made its way northward, but it really devastated that entire region. And with all the thousands that have been affected by it, both southern and Midwest tornadoes, we advise and encourage everyone to visit redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help the people recover from this disaster. You're seeing images of the Western Kentucky players that went out, and they were moving trees and spent 4 or 5 hours there. Kentucky players have done the same. Western Kentucky team, I mean, that tornado, one of them was within 1,000 yards of the school, the university. And the team was on the road. They woke up around 4 a.m. to a bunch of text messages from friends and family back home. They said they started to see drone shots on the news. Rick Stansbury said around 8 in the morning. And they arrived on campus and it was still dark, and it wasn't until the next day where they were just floored by the destruction and devastation that was there. And they've all been affected by it and have done their level best to try to help out. Again, Kentucky started a telethon. They've raised over $4.6 million in relief. And great credit to Calipari and his program and the power that he has in that state.
And the state, you know, one of the things he was telling us today is how when the chips are down or something goes down, the state of Kentucky pulls together and can really unite behind, you know, something like that weather tragedy. I mean, it just, you know, the way he was talking about it today, and they have pulled behind what Kentucky and others have done to try to support those relief efforts.
Driving layup, no good, and that's the night for Cam Justice, and then a frustrating foul on Davion Mintz. So it's 75-47. It's clearly going to be Kentucky's game, Chris, here. What are some of the things you'd look at from a Kentucky perspective beyond the final score and say, if you're Cal, I loved what we did here. These are the things that I'm going to circle on the stat sheet. These are the individuals I'm going to circle. What stands out that maybe the viewer at home isn't going to necessarily say later tonight or tomorrow to their buddies? You see Kentucky and you see it differently than they do. What do you see?
Yeah, I see that the ball, I mean, you've mentioned the assist numbers tonight. You know, in the last 2 games, the ball has moved better. And part of that is, you know, that was the emphasis in that time between Notre Dame and Carolina. Wanted to get more guys on the move. Wanted to be able to move the defense. You know, I think sometimes, you know, in the lead up to that Notre Dame game and then in the Notre Dame game, this offense can bog down and guys start thinking, I've got to save the day. I've got to be the hero, and guys start going one-on-one. I think they've shared the ball better. And again, I go back, I hate to belabor the point, I go back to how good this team can be defensively. It's deep, it's athletic. You know, it's not a great shot blocking team, so, you know, the protection at the basket. You know, Shibwe, as good as he is on the glass, he's not really a shot blocker. But how disruptive this team has been, Rabbi, out on the perimeter, especially defensively, it has changed their last 2 games.
Well, to that point, 3 of 15 from three-point land for a decent three-point shooting team. Western Kentucky shooting just 20%. They usually are around 34%. And Shibwe, who doesn't appear as if he's going to get to 25 rebounds, now on the bench with 24. That is a Rupp Arena record. Broke Shaq's record of 21. And, you know, for all that Shibwe brings, I would just think that the offensive and defensive rebounding numbers have exceeded expectations. Like, he has been better than they thought he was going to be, and the numbers back it up.
Well, you mentioned Coach Huggins, and look, Coach Huggins has been doing this a long. He could say whatever he wants. The thing that I took exception to what he said about Shibwe is that we asked Oscar to do hard things, and Oscar didn't want to do hard things, and that's not accurate, and it's not fair.
Baseline jumper rattles around and in. How about Damian Collins making an impact? We saw the alley-oop and now a little jumper. Was that just a hell hath no fury like a coach scorned?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, and Huggy obviously is never shy about it. And look, a lot of coaches are cynical about this transfer portal now. I mean, there's no secret about that. And I think there are things to be cynical about. But sometimes it works out. And it has absolutely worked out for that guy right there.
Sure has. "6'9", 260 pounds. As great as he's been, as dominant as he's been, to 6'9", and not a great outside shooter, translate to the next level for somebody like Shibwe? Does he have a nose for the ball? Can he rebound in the NBA?
Look, if Ben Wallace made a living in the NBA, Oscar Shibwe can absolutely make a living in the NBA. I mean, coaches will always take a guy who can rebound the basketball with a developing game around the basket offensively.
First week of January, Kentucky's got a real test. They travel to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. The SEC is a challenge night in, night out, and there is some parity there for sure. The ACC, well, Duke, number 2 in the country, tonight against Virginia Tech, 9 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. All part of the sports week that generally leads up and peaks with the NBA on Christmas Day. You get college football, college basketball, then the schools go on break. Right now, Tennessee is leading Arizona 26-13 as the college basketball on ESPN2 continues. Christmas Day, there's your lineup. You got the Knicks at noon Eastern time. Kentucky sort of north. Celtics will take on the Bucks. Warriors, Suns, good game. Nets and Lakers, they line them up and load them up for Christmas Day. These games are outstanding. It's not a holiday, unfortunately, for the folks in the NBA. They are busy, and you have outstanding games. The Mavs and Jazz end things at 10:30 Eastern time. 5 of the best gifts that anybody who loves NBA basketball could ask for.
What a sell by you on the NBA's Christmas Day slate. I mean, you just went all in on that thing right there. Nicely done.
Usually it's like 1 or 2 games. I mean, the NBA just floods you. Or the ESPN programming department asked for it, but man, they deliver. There's a block by Collins, and he's getting knocked around by 3 different Western Kentucky players.
Ravi, there are a lot of crazy things can happen this time of year. You go into exams, you come out of exams, and then you have Christmas break. And it was funny, we were talking to Cal today. He said he met with his team. He said, who's ready to go home for Christmas? And the only person in the locker room who raised his hand was Coach Cal. He said, I'm ready, but we got business to take care of. And we've seen some crazy scores, over the last few days. It's just when you play a 2-semester sport and you send guys home for a break, some crazy things can happen before that break.
All right, so maybe one of those crazy things is Oscar Shibwe and company coming back into the game. There he is with his 24 rebounds. Already with the Rupp Arena record, the overall Kentucky record for rebounds in a game is 34. He's now sniffing the heels of Mike Phillips, who had 28 in 1976. I'm not sure Oscar is locked into the record books and Mike Phillips. Davion Mintz likes to see one go through the bucket. It's been a while since he's knocked down a 3.
Yeah, that's a guy they have to get going. I think he's pressing a little bit. His shot selection at times hasn't done him any favors. another one.
25. Yeah, and we can have fun with the numbers, etc. on the one out and a dunk by Toppin. The game's over. You hate the idea of a twisted ankle like we just saw. All that stuff at least is in the back of your mind. Gino Auriemma had that happen with Paige Beckers recently, and she had knee surgery. His point when he was asked about that after the game was, I like my team much better when she's on the floor. I don't care what the score is. I don't like my team without her on the floor. But in the case of Kentucky, this thing is in the bag with 3 minutes to go.
And this is two loud statements now. Like, Western Kentucky is a good team.
Yep.
I mean, this is a loud statement, rather. Like 2 straight games now where Kentucky has. Look at this.
He's got 3 rebounds since he's come back. So he's at 27 rebounds. That's a silly number. The official score now has him with 28 rebounds, so he's 2 rebounds shy of 30. Remember Kellen Grady had a good night tonight? You kind of forget about that. I'm not sure we're going to hear 30, my man. I'm just not sure. I don't think so. 2 minutes to go. All Kentucky. Oh, he'd get it.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand anywhere. Look, Serena Williams, Matrix. Serena, Matrix. Serena, Matrix.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
Early audiences give Sing 2 an A+.
I counted 9 smiles, 2 belly laughs, and 5 chuckles.
It's a heartwarming crowd pleaser.
Let's go again!
I think she's trying to kill me.
Sing 2, rated PG.
Local restaurants have been hit hard by fees from delivery apps.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. All of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
So Domino's franchisees went to local restaurants and bought $100,000 of their gift cards to give out to our customers. That way they could support a mom and pop by ordering directly from them.
And no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
So if you're not getting Domino's, skip the delivery apps and order directly from a local restaurant.
Well, there's only one Big O, but tonight this guy's been the Big O, Oscar Tshiebwe.
And, he just goes to get the ball. It's not like there's a whole technical aspect to his rebounding. I mean, he just is going to outwork guys and constantly stick his nose in there. I mean, these are insane numbers, Ravi. And it's really, what do you do? I mean, the guy just gobbles up rebounds and has all season long.
Just a little fist bump there from his coach, John Calipari. Clearly, when you're winning by this amount and you're coming off a win over Carolina and you're about to go on Christmas break, I guess one of the things that Cal emphasized has to happen for a team, and it doesn't all the time in an era in which, as he always says, you're waiting on phone calls and people are telling you got to shoot more. Sometimes when you share the sugar and you work hard and you get wins, you actually enjoy that part of the game as much as you do an individual part. It's working right now.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
I've started guidance.
Looks like you're home. This holiday season, hurry in to the BMW Road Home Sales Event and find your way home in the ultimate driving machine. Receive a credit of up to $2,500 through January 3rd.
So hot.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Tomorrow. I'm full of promise, but sweaty sleepers aren't too crazy about me. It's not my fault that people sleep hot.
You must be pretty popular because you've got a lot of fans.
Please stop coming here.
Casper. It's a Casper snow mattress, hyperlight sheets, and a lightweight duvet. The new cooling collection from Casper.
We are here. For new homeowners, a football game can really bring out the parent in them.
It's smart we park near the exit.
Absolutely.
There you go. That way.
Let's put away the parking talk maybe for a minute.
Parking is where the money is, though. You imagine what this place pulls in on parking alone?
All right, no more talking about parking lots.
A lot of these are compact spots.
It's not pretty.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
We still planning to head out around the third quarter?
Let's not talk about leaving before we're actually at the game.
If you want to look fresh, you gotta eat fresh. That's why Subway bought time in my shampoo ad to talk about the new Baja Chicken and Bacon. Body, balance, and Baja.
Because you're forever connected by love. 2 touching center diamonds, representing the connection you share. Forever connected. The perfect gift to give this holiday. Exclusively at K.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to more tickets. So tell your friends you'll buy, because every 10 tickets earns you a reward credit for next time. Earn rewards with every purchase. Vivid Seats, life happens live.
Are you ready for a showdown in the Big Easy on Monday night? Are Tua and the Dolphins ready to stay red hot? Are the Saints ready to keep their playoff dreams alive? Are you ready?
So that is the big foot of the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp. He's back on the bench. He rolled that ankle. He landed on Oscar Sheebways. And his night ended. Sharp was impressive early in this game. He ends up with 8 points, 7 blocks, and 6 rebounds. As he gets on the floor for the first time at Rupp Arena, having played high school ball and gone to Rupp 3 separate times for basketball games and tournaments and not having gotten the floor. And he will leave limping. But an impressive night, and the scouts that watched these teams, especially Kentucky, play, it's almost like Stansbury when he discovered him. Got to believe he opened some eyes tonight, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, he kind of announced his presence during the Louisville game and how impactful he was. But there's no doubt. I think those who hadn't seen him yet got a real taste, especially in that first half, of just how active he is. I mean, 7'5", you assume he's walking in cement boots. Not this guy. Really good instinct to block shots, good timing, and a pretty good athlete. Runs the floor really well. A developing offensive game.
Under 90 seconds, and now Kentucky And Conference USA contender Western Kentucky will turn the page, get on Christmas break, and then come back and dive deep into conference play. And the upcoming schedule for Kentucky, they'll get Missouri on the 29th, High Point 2 days later. And then you get into the teeth of it. The LSU game is clearly the biggest challenge they'll have in the next 5. And that one is at LSU, and it's on ESPN. So we look forward to heading down to Baton Rouge. I think that's the night that they were naming for court. Well, why not do it when Kentucky's in town? Will Wade's got himself another really good team. Darius Days feels like he's in like year 19 there. He keeps playing and keeps scoring, keeps impacting the game. Wheeler was relatively quiet tonight with just 6 points. He had 8 assists, though, and he made his contribution felt. But a balanced effort. Grady, 23 points. Sheveway, 14. Toppin, 12. Washington had 20 points. If I asked you without you knowing, how many points did Ty Washington have tonight, what would you have said? 8?
I wouldn't have said 20. Oh, yeah. I mean, he scores quiet points. You look up and he's got 20. It's like, where did those come from?
Oh, big time block there by Damian Collins. He's probably opened a few eyes with his play tonight. And how about that at the buzzer? Little lay-in goes, and that'll be the final score. Kentucky will walk off the floor with 95 points. And their second consecutive drubbing of an opponent. Awfully impressive. Way to go into the break as they take care of Frick Stanberry team 95-60, and Oscar Sheveway has himself an incredible game as far as the statistics go. 23 defensive rebounds, 28 rebounds overall, and 14 points. Oscar the grabber, not the grouch.
It's hard to believe you could keep topping yourself with rebounding stats, but he keeps upping the ante. Oscar Sheveway. What a performance tonight. What a performance by this Kentucky team. I did not see this score differential coming. I thought Western Kentucky would make a better game of this, and credit Kentucky. That's 2 big-time performances in a row. They have sent a loud statement to the rest of the SEC.
So I have Sheveway with 28 rebounds and Western Kentucky as a team with 27. So he out-rebounded Western Kentucky by 1. No, you don't see that often at all. Check out SEC Network. You'll be able to hear from the big fella, Oscar Sheveway. But that'll do it for us. Chris, to you and your family, have a wonderful holiday season. Good luck tonight to Army in their football game. And for Scott Johnson, our great producer, good luck with the Alabama-Cincinnati football game on New Year's Eve day. This was hardly anything that required CPR. For our producer, my buddy Scott.
Welcome to the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl as a part of Capital One Bowl Mania. A beautiful Wednesday night from Fort Worth, Texas, and fans filing into Amon G. Carter Stadium to see the Missouri Tigers take on the Black Knights of Army, a great symbol of freedom and those who have sworn to protect it, our American flag, a great sense of pride and patriotism. And how about the parachuters coming down on the field and touching down around the 50-yard line? And of course, the teams set to take the field, the Army, Black Knights, and the Tigers of Missouri. As we say hello and welcome you in. What's up, fam? Alongside the former Howard University and NFL quarterback Jay Walker, I'm Tiffany Green. Well, Army coming off that disappointing loss against Navy. Meanwhile, Missouri in a bit of turmoil. However, they made it here to this point to a bowl game, and that's something to cheer about.
I mean, that's exactly the key point here. The reward. This has been a very difficult college football season for everybody across the country. The fact that these two teams were able to see their way through this difficult season and make it here to the bowl game is phenomenal. Both programs need to be rewarded, but don't get it twisted. Both teams really want to win this football game.
Well, Army, you saw them get off to a terrific start to get off this year for the 2021 season. 4-0 for the first time in a quarter century. We mentioned that other service academy. Army folks don't want to hear anything about that. However, they did split the Commander-in-Chief trophy for the first time since 1993. And here they are in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Once again, they have been perfect in this bowl. They want to keep that streak alive here tonight, and they've got a terrific All-American by the name of Andre Carter, who gives offenses just plenty of headaches.
To get to know this name, America, this is a guy that is an NFL talent. You see the superior size at 6'7", 250 pounds, disrupted behind the line of scrimmage, rewarded with third-team All-American, but he's got the ability to change direction in a hurry, which makes him so disruptive and almost impossible to block. If he can get it going like that tonight, look for them to have success against Missouri.
When we look over to that Missouri team, certainly there are a lot of changes that we will see tonight, and Eli Drinkowitz is making a change here tonight with his quarterbacks going with the redshirt freshman to get the start, and Mr. Brady Cook.
Yeah, a little bit unconventional in the approach to a postseason bowl game. What did they do? They actually opened up the quarterback position. They had a quarterback battle in the postseason to see who would get the start, and it was the freshman Brady Cook winning the starting job there, making his